When we talk about the city, we're really talking about two agencies, the Finance Department, which assesses the properties, and the Tax Commission, where you bring your cases to appeal your assessment. The Finance Department reassesses all 1 million parcels of property on an annual basis, and the tax year runs from July 1 through June 30th of the following calendar year. The Finance Department assesses commercial property, and in this case we'll define that as office buildings and retail buildings, on an annual basis using the income capitalization method evaluation. I'm frequently asked if I have a recent sale, is my assessment going to go up based on the sale? By policy, the Finance Department typically does not use sale prices but uses the income capitalization method evaluation. And by that, what they do is take the gross income, the expenses, they develop an NOI, and they capitalize that to determine valuation. How they get that information is through the annual filing of the real property income and expense statements that all owners must file each year, and that data is used to produce the assessment for the following year. The Finance Department's assessments come out on January 15th of every year, and on June 1st of every year you have to produce or submit your income and expense statements, which are then used to produce the assessments for the following year. The income and expense statements are not used in a cookie-cutter fashion. This is not a gross receipts tax, it's a valuation tax. And so because your income may have gone down, it does not necessarily mean that your assessments will go down. The city will stabilize the income and expense data it sees to create essentially a normalized or stabilized rent roll and expense statement for the property. So if you have a property with a large vacancy, the city will impute value for the excess portion of the vacancy. Same is true if you had an owner-occupied property or a completely vacant property. The Tax Commission is the agency that reviews these assessments. And January 15th, as I mentioned, is when the new assessments come out. That's also the starting gun for filing your appeals with the Tax Commission. You have until March 1st to file your appeals with the Tax Commission. You should be concerned with making sure you comply with all filing deadlines and all deadlines in general relating to both the Finance Department and the Tax Commission. These deadlines are normally not extendable, and there can be a severe loss of rights and even fines for missing those deadlines.